Yeah, I don't see any reason, but you gonna put it out?
No, if I'm filling this out and my kid's 19 years old, is he in my household? No, he's in college, so I don't count him. And so now you've got people answering the question two different ways.
I think that's okay. I don't think it needs to be that specific.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is not getting used as a census, right?
No.
It's just being used to profile the response or responses.
Yeah, I don't think it'll throw it off that much.
Because in your secondary registered voter, you fill out
Right.
as a seasonal resident.
Right.
What became the discussion on how you're going to distribute this question?
Yes, what we would like to do is do it online and send a postcard out in the Jamestown Press, or a flyer in the Jamestown Press saying, please go online and fill out the survey. And if you would like a paper copy of it, call our office or come to the office and get a copy. And they can be tabulated separately. What we need to do is ask the survey company if we will be able to input, because the benefit of doing it online, one of the benefits is that you will have basically real-time data. You can go online and you can check, oh, this is the answer to this question. So if people fill out paper copies, do they have a provision, and Cindy's dealing with a couple different survey companies online, can we have like a login where we can just go input 45 if we get 45 paper copies? So that's the question, because we don't want to have two separate tabulations and then have to try to add them together.
Well, last time you had paper and you had like 31% return or something like that.
1,100, I think it was.
So it was about a 31.
Yes.
I guess my concern would be is, if you have a paper sent to your house, or you pick it up downtown or whatever, it's there staring you in the face till you either throw it out or you fill it out, one or the other.
Right.
If you have a flyer on the paper that says, oh, when you get a chance, go online,
Yeah.
well, it's one ear in, one ear and out the other, I think you're gonna find significantly less.
Well, we talked about that. We definitely talked about that, because South Kingstown had a fairly meager response rate, and they just did theirs online.
Right.
But they've always done theirs online, right? Is that,
No.
No, they haven't
The
done it.
last one, they,
That's what you called that.
right, I called and
The
I.
response rate went down. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, is it worthwhile to have a fallback position of try that, and if we get less than 15%, pick a number.
The other option is,
Then we do a paper one, extend the period of the survey by another month, then make paper ones available because we want better.
The other option is, it's the tabulation issue. It's, we're a 1.5 person office and. Huh?
That's what they make interns for.
That's right.
Right, yeah. Where? The other option is, I don't think it's any more, like, to put a flyer in the Jamestown Press, it's probably the same cost to put the survey in the Jamestown Press.
Well,
Or no?
I don't know about, we're not sure about that, because how many questions do we have? 60-something?
Yeah.
South Kingstown had maybe, what, 15 questions, 20 questions total
Yeah.
on their survey?
It wasn't a meaty survey, I don't know what they could possibly do.
But I don't know, I have to check with Jeff about that, to see how much they
So,
could actually.
So we could send out one, per household that way.
One,
Survey,
if we include it with the press.
if we include it in the press. And then at the top where we say,
Yeah,
what we
give me
say,
online.
but then you're gonna get, that 2,800 homes maybe, we're gonna get many more that we're gonna have to input ourselves. And I think the goal for us is to not have that much to do
Well, I think
with.
our goal, I understand the workload, but I think the goal is to get as big a turn around. So I think if you have it at the top, this is available online, go to this site and fill it out, and those people that do will throw the written one away, but those that don't have access or don't want to go online or whatever, they'll have this constantly in front of them until they either fill it out or throw it away. Granted, that puts a lot more work on your office, think it still has a significantly higher feedback. I mean, if we only get 10% feedback.
I want to say it took 4 months to input the data. It was a significant.
Okay, it takes 4 months. I mean, I understand that, but if you only have 10% feedback, I think you have a useless survey. If you only get
Yeah,
feedback
up
from
to,
10%
I think if we put it right up front, that we would prefer that you fill this out online.
Absolutely, I mean, very strongly, you know,
Yeah.
recommend going online and doing that, but if you absolutely, you know, can't or
Right.
won't, then just return the paper copy, but make it available to them.
Just the fact that this was included as an insert in the press, you know, we know it would get mailed to every single household.
Right.
And,
So they know it's out there.
and it would be there, it would be a constant reminder, and, you know, at the top, we say, we prefer you fill this, it will facilitate this survey if you fill it out online.
Yeah, it'd be much cheaper for the town.
I was gonna say, it'll save costs.
Yeah,
Save
save costs,
costs.
do it online, but if you feel you can't, or for whatever reason, please then fill it out on paper.
And none of that, but then they'll have a written thing,
No,
a link that shows the link for how they actually get to that survey.
Oh, yeah, give them.
Yes. All right, I think that's.
What about the people who don't get the press, though? What about,
It gets delivered to every household.
but what about the people who have houses here that are only here during the summer, who aren't here
They probably
and don't
won't
get
get
the
it
press?
anyway.
Well, this is, by the time this comes out, they'll probably be here. Or they,
You're
I would
sending a
say,
postcard out to the
Yeah.
taxpayers anyway, right?
no,
Tax-
No, that's what I meant.
no.
No?
It's going out in the press, but
How much was
Jeff
that?
would
Just
put,
like
that
that?
was
That
Well,
like
that was my
$1,000.
contention,
No,
was why
it was more
the
than that.
responses were so
20
limited.
27
Just
cents
send a
per
postcard.
postcard,
People
27
That was
cents.
like 2,500.
Only
Oh.
live here all year
So
round.
what's that, 27, how many taxpayers?
2,800 households, aren't there?
Yeah, but you
Yeah, but
could,
that's
you
what
could
we
get
did.
them all free. if you do it
I would
online.
bet that we could, that Jeff knows the answer to that question.
About 1,200.
How you get every household.
Well, there's, the
Not only every
survey
household, that does
does
get every household. What she's saying doesn't
97%
get
are year
is,
round residents and only
is
1%
summer
are
residents.
seasonal that answered the
I know,
survey.
but I bet Jeff knows the answer of how to
But
get
if
those.
people
Oh, okay, maybe we can ask him that.
If you just send
He
it
was
to
gonna
the
put
tax.
something in, most people that are summer residents get the Jamestown Press.
It's online, yeah,
And he's going to put something in, he will put an announcement in the paper itself.
yeah.
So if the ones that are being mailed to them, if the survey is not in their paper, it's being mailed to them, there will be an article in there, there will be a little blurb in there, about the survey.
And he could do it on the online portion as well.
Yes.
Can I ask just a couple questions? I can't remember, I think I was here for the last one. Do you provide an envelope for them to mail it back?
We did for the last one because we mailed it out.
Yes.
We won't for this one if it goes out in the press.
So obviously that'll be a little deterrent, people having to find a large envelope and get it
Well, but
mailed.
now we have, and I would put this right in the top, we have the mailbox right out back here.
Great,
That
that they
people
could drop it off.
any, like 24 hours a day, yeah.
So from my experience, from a technology person, the one thing that I remember about this is that it could be sent back anonymously.
Yes.
And there are very few people who believe if you go online that you do not know who they are. Especially Google uses every input, every question you ask to identify your needs and access. So I think you may, although you may benefit by the cost savings of having someone go online and do, you may lose a number of people who would normally mail it in, knowing they have anonymity. If they feel when they go online, you will have a way to identify who they are.
But they would still have that option.
They still have the option.
They would have the
It's
option.
saying
They would have the
of
option.
mailing it, So
We can
those
find
people
out
are
somewhere
comfortable
and
online.
we can input into the,
Right.
I think it's
because
just
that's fine,
reinforcing
the
that.
input, if it's gonna
Right.
take.
Then we'll just force it if we
Makes
do it.
sense.
Right.
Right.
That's
I'll call
my
him
2
tomorrow,
cents.
if I can get somebody to speak to him.
Question in terms of scheduling and timing.
Yeah.
We volunteered more or less to head subcommittees for every section of.
No, we're gonna have continued discussion on that, but go ahead.